guys, I decided to come to you today to do a review on a highly popular product that I've had in my makeup collection for quite some time now, and I've been thinking about doing a review, and today is the day, and it is on the most talked about, possibly, translucent loose setting powder ever of life, Laura Mercier. And this is just the smaller travel size that I have, but when this baby is all gone, I will be getting a full size. So stay tuned for all the details that you need to know about this amazing setting powder. The Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder costs $47 Canadian or 38 US dollars for the standard size. And the standard size is a 1 ounce jar or 30 mils. If you do decide to get the travel size, which I do suggest, always getting any sample or travel size items of a product that you're trying for the first time, because you never know whether or not you're going to like it. And that's exactly what I did. And I paid 28 Canadian or 23 US for the travel size, which contains 0.33 ounces or 9 grams of product. And also, to let you know, this travel size does come with a puff, a powder puff, a Laura Mercier powder puff is included with the purchase of the travel size container. The powder does come in a plastic container. This is plastic. It has a kind of deep maroon eggplant colored lid, very beautiful, with Laura Mercier on the side of the cap, and the bottom is also plastic, and it does come with a sifter on top and a paper covering the holes of the sifter that you decide how much you want to have exposed when you purchase it. On the bottom of the package, it has the name of the product. It is made in the USA, and you will also see the lauramercier.com website name, as well as the amount of product, and also the 12M symbol, letting you know that the product is good for 12 months. This product has a lot of claims, and we're going to run down the whole list, and I'm going to give you every detail, every claim, and let you know whether or not these claims are true. Silky, soft, lightweight, sheer coverage, natural looking, matte finish for all skin tones, soft focus, blurs look of fine lines and imperfections, doesn't settle into lines or pores, lasts all day, ideal for normal to oily skin, goes on evenly, blends effortlessly, never powdery or cakey, and it sets makeup without adding weight or texture. It is also oil-free, non-comedogenic, non-caking, and dermatology tested. So one thing I found very interesting on Sephora's website, which is where I purchased my powder, they have a very detailed how to use section instructing customers on the best way to use this powder. And I actually am going to read to you how they suggest that you use this powder, because it's done in a very specific way, and I have tried it, and I do believe that if you use the powder the way that Laura Mercier suggests that you do, you will get the best results. The suggested usage that Laura Mercier recommends is as follows. Spill a bit of translucent loose powder into the lid of the jar. Take the velour powder puff and fold it in half so that your finger is in the middle. Dip it into the powder and tap the powdered side of the puff against the back of your hand to work the powder into the puff and get rid of the excess. You will leave a powdery residue each time you press the puff against your hand. Continue to do so until the residue no longer appears. Now the puff is ready for your face. Gently press the puff, which should still be folded around your finger, against your face. Roll and lift. Continue to press, roll, and lift the puff on your entire face. You don't want to use too much powder, but don't underdo it either. Use enough powder so that your skin feels silky to the touch. Your face will look slightly matte, but if you've applied the right amount, a slight glow will soon return to your face. So very, very intricate, detailed instructions on how to use this powder. And I am a YouTube watcher as well as a content creator, and I've seen so many videos where people talk about not liking the powder, and I really feel that it has everything to do with how it's applied. Personally, myself, I do use this technique, and before I really paid attention to the suggested use instructions, I still liked the powder, but it wasn't giving me as wonderful of results as it does now using it the right way. I personally do not bake, and I don't know if this powder is a great powder for baking. I'm sure a lot of people do use it and do love it, but I truly believe that the way Laura Mercier has lined out how to use the powder, that is really the best way to do it, which is using very minimal product. You're putting the product on a powder puff. I also do use those white cosmetic wedges. Those are great as well. And by knocking off the excess, when you go in to apply the product on your face, you're really applying a very, very, very minimal amount of powder, which I think is best. And they are absolutely right. It does give a matte finish. And I know also people have complained about it being too matte and too dry. Again, I believe that is related to the amount of product that you use. As a woman of color, I am never going to bake with something like this. If I was going to bake, I don't. But if I did, I would not use this product to bake, because the times that I have loaded up my beauty blender or my powder puff and tried to really pack on a good amount of product, the flashback was horrendous. And I've tried it both ways, piling it on and using a very minimal amount. And hands down, every time I used the product the way that they suggest that you do, zero flashback. So for me personally, I believe that flashback has a lot to do with the amount of product as well as the type of product that you are using. So if you have this powder and you don't like it because of the flashback or because it feels too dry or looks too dry on your skin, definitely go back to the Sephora website or Laura Mercier's and read the detailed instructions that they give on how to use it, because it truly is the best way. Okay, now time to wrap up with some pros and cons. So the pros are every single claim that Laura Mercier makes about this product. All the claims that are made are all pros because they do live up to the claim. It is absolutely an incredibly soft, silky, finely milled powder. It is not white, which I love. It does have a tinge of beige coloring to it. So if you are extremely fair, maybe that may not be the best for you, but definitely everyone else from light to medium dark to deep skin tones, having a off-white translucent powder is excellent. It is very soft on the skin. It blends effortlessly, beautifully. It does leave a matte finish. So if you're not interested in powders that leave matte finishes, this won't be for you because the finish is absolutely 100% matte. Not a dry matte, in my opinion, if you use it correctly. It definitely can be for all skin tones. I don't see any skin tone other than extremely fair, meaning fairer than the actual color of this powder. Extremely, extremely fair skin tones may have an issue with it being a little too dark, but other than that, everyone else should be able to use it. It blurs lines, it blurs pores, it doesn't settle into lines, it does not crease at all. It doesn't look heavy or cakey on the skin. It works beautifully with every concealer that I've ever tried to use it with. It is just a beautiful, beautiful powder that does everything that you need a great setting powder to do. As far as cons go, I do have 3 cons. First of all, I'm going to start with price. It is not a cheap powder by any means. It is up there in price, but thankfully, always have to give a huge shout out and thank you to companies that offer sample and travel sizes. So go out and get the travel size if you've been wanting to try this product and the price has just seemed a little bit too steep for your budget. Get the travel size, you get a free powder puff with it. So it's a win-win. Definitely do that. But the price is up there. Definitely a high-end luxury priced product. Another con that I have to say, and I will show you some footage, the powder puff that comes with the travel size doesn't fit into the container, which is unfortunate. And I'd already heard about that before buying it, so it wasn't a shock to me. I knew that that was going to happen, but it's unfortunate because you carry around your little travel size container and this puff that's just floating around in a dirty makeup bag or a drawer somewhere in your home is really not ideal. I really hope that one day they will repackage the container and make enough room so that the puff can fit inside the container. That would be really great. And also, I guess I will touch on a con that many other people have experienced, not myself, but others have, which is the dryness and the matte effect of the powder. Now, I've said before that you can easily combat that by using less product. And also, of course, skincare is number one, especially under your eyes, where many of us are using this particular powder is to set our under eye concealer. And that area should always, no matter what, be properly hydrated and moisturized to combat that, as well as using a more moisturizing, hydrating concealer. If you're not putting on any sort of skincare under your eye, you're using a very drying concealer, and then you go on top with this powder, of course, you're going to experience a lot of dryness under your eyes. So just take those precautions beforehand to properly moisturize. Use a good non-drying concealer and you will be fine. So that's it, guys. I hope I covered all the details of this amazing product for you so you have all the information that you need to go out and give it a try. Of course, I want you to. I suggest that you do try out this powder because it is incredible. I can't see myself using any other under eye setting powder for quite some time because Laura Mercier just does it so well and it's the best. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and come back for more videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.